Hi there, I'm Lenny Slagan with your Fox 10 News Now update. 2 defendants charged in the death of a 3-year-old boy pleading not guilty today. The victim was 3-year-old Tyron Edwards. He died last Wednesday at Children's and Women's Hospital, 3 days after arriving there. Abraham Hatch, who is not the boy's father, reportedly had been dating the child's mother, Tatiana Edwards. Both defendants in court today via video hookup from the Mobile County Metro Jail, and both denying any wrongdoing. Mobile County Chief Assistant District Attorney Keith Blackwood says Tyron died from a blow to the back of the head, but he says the autopsy spells out ongoing severe abuse that the child suffered over a period of weeks, perhaps even months.
The child suffered injuries of multiple ages. That includes bruising all over the body. He had multiple bone fractures, burns, abrasions. Much of that is still under investigation.
Prosecutors say they haven't decided whether they will seek the death penalty for Hatch. As we mentioned, the defense contests all of this. Well, masks are expected to come up at this week's Baldwin County Board of Education meeting. The school system says the public will be able to speak about that at the meeting. A lot of parents showing their frustration during a special called meeting a couple of weeks ago where they were not allowed to talk about mask mandates. The meeting will be held at the Loxley Satellite Office Auditorium. There will be an extended comment period just to discuss the school system's response to COVID-19. And that meeting starts at 5 p.m. The Alabama Department of Public Health continuing with free COVID-19 testing for Baldwin County and Robertsdale. That's at the PZK Hall. They are continuing that right now, so you can head out until 6 o'clock tonight. They say testing will also be available starting at 10 Monday through Friday, and the results usually come back within 24 to 48 hours. No insurance or registration is required. A heads up for all you music lovers out there, Jimmy Buffett and the Coral Reefer Band will no longer be playing at the Wharf this year. The band was scheduled for September, but they're going to be playing until June 2nd in 2022. No concern if you purchase tickets, they will be honored for next year's concert. And a reminder for you about some lane closings in downtown Mobile and about, later tonight, I should say, crews are going to be working on Government and Broad Street. The closing will last until 6 a.m. tomorrow, all part of the revitalization of Broad Street, that construction project there. Crews will install valves on the water lines that run from downtown on Government Street. The closings will continue until next Tuesday night. So if you like to recycle, people in Mobile will definitely need to use the County Recycling Center off Hit Road. The recycling drop-off center on Museum Drive in Pine Hill temporarily closed because of a fire at the location in Pensacola where the collections are delivered for processing. You can still use the County Recycling Center in Mobile on Hit Road, but you will have to sort your recyclables when you drop them off.
All right, here's what we're tracking across the Gulf Coast, and we're seeing a situation as we look at the tropics where Fred is now lifting to the north, which is good. Grace near Jamaica interacting with that island there, so having a little impact on the circulation. It's bound to get stronger. And Henri, which will stay out in the open waters of the Atlantic. A little shear there over Henri as well. And our forecast is looking active across the Gulf Coast in the tropics, but we're not seeing any problems here. And I'll get the computer rolling here and we'll get started. Here's a look at the statistics right now on Fred. It is really no longer even the last advisory came out at 4 a.m. It is now just a 35-mile-per-hour system moving north-northeast at 14. We'll see it continue tracking up into Virginia. Grace is a 50-mile-per-hour tropical storm, so Grace is at this point getting a little stronger, a little better organized, and it's interacting with the higher terrain there of Jamaica. Then we look at the track on it. It's likely going to become a hurricane as it goes across the Yucatan Peninsula and then ultimately towards Mexico. It will stay to our south, but it may create some swells and a higher risk of rip currents at area beaches by the time we get into Friday. Henri winds at 65. It's on the verge of being a little stronger here, but we think that because of the shear taking place over the system, it may be holding steady as a tropical storm. We see it looping around Bermuda and then hooking back on off to the north, and it could even become a hurricane clearing by the weekend or the first of next week. This morning's temperatures, delightful air in place in the wake of Fred. We saw some drier air in here. 69 for a morning low in Mobile, 68 in Fairhope, 69 in Pensacola. Here's our extended forecast, and overnight lows staying sticky. Daytime highs getting hot, and we're adding in an upper ridge. That means lower rain chances and a heat wave for the weekend and the first of next week. Look at Monday, 96. We may see that heat index back up around 110 at a few spots. Be prepared to stay hydrated and find ways to stay cool with some hot August weather ahead. Thanks for joining us here on Fox 10.